Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to PACDC's very first and hopefully our last Virtual Gala and Awards Ceremony. My name is Rick Sauer, and I'm proud to be the Executive Director of the Philadelphia Association of Community Development Corporations. Whether you've been with PACDC since our founding 28 years ago, or this is your very first gala, thank you so much for joining us today. You could have been anywhere on the, internet, but we're honored that you chose to spend this hour with us. To be honest, we struggled a lot with this event. We're heartbroken for everyone who has lost loved ones during the pandemic, and we're furious about anti-Black racism that is just as deadly as the coronavirus. And we don't have all the solutions our communities deserve. At the same time, we work alongside some extraordinary people who inspire us and reflect the change we all want to see. If there's one thing Philly knows how to do, it's to rise up in the face of adversity. And that's what each and every one of tonight's honorees have done in their small corners of the world. So yes, we're sad and we're angry, but we're even more determined to create an equitable city where every Philadelphian lives, works, and thrives in a neighborhood with an excellent quality of life. Before we begin our awards ceremony, I'd like to give a shout out to our 2020 Signature Event Series sponsors. Thanks to these incredible supporters, PACDC raised a record $325,000. This support allowed our staff to continue working full throttle towards serving our members and communities during this pandemic. So we truly cannot thank you and our 2020 Signature Event Development Committee and members enough. And we're especially grateful for our friends Nancy Bastian, Stephen Briggs, and Chris Paul, who co-chaired this hard-working committee. This year, we're also thrilled to have BB&T, now Truist, as our convening sponsor, and their Vice President and Community Development Manager, Shaneria Ashley, as the MC for our event. So please get comfortable, because you're not going to want to miss a single moment of our awards presentation. And join the celebration on Twitter using hashtag PACDCGala, and keep the conversation going right here in the chat box. Since we can't be together in person, we'll share your comments throughout the event. So thank you again, everyone. Our gala will begin momentarily.
When times get tough and life changes in the blink of an eye, we all need a little brotherly love and sisterly affection. Through good times, bad, and everything in between, Philly can count on our CDCs to care for our communities and help Philadelphians who need it most. Because Philadelphia does better when we all do better. PACDC works toward a city where everyone can live, work, and thrive in a neighborhood they love. Our member community organizations attack poverty, inequitable health outcomes, and food insecurity. They help small businesses provide stable, affordable homes and bring people together to determine the future of their neighborhoods. Most of all, they continue to serve no matter what. This is equitable development.
CDCs are on the front lines of the challenges that grip our city and never lose heart. PACDC is fighting with you to build the city every Philadelphian deserves.
PACDC's work has led to more than $350 million in new local dollars for affordable homes and community economic development over the last 15 years. Our Community Development Leadership Institute has trained over 3,000 people since its founding in 2013, and we do all of this hand in hand with our members. Philadelphia CDCs have had a $5.4 billion economic impact on our city and will keep investing in places we call home, whether the economy's good or bad.
I'm proud to be a PACDC member because
we're lifting up what works.
Because together we're creating a seat at the table for our neighborhoods.
I am proud to be a PACDC member because together we're igniting community pride.
And together, we are building a stronger, more equitable Philadelphia. Join us.
Welcome everyone to PACDC's Virtual Gala and Awards Ceremony. As Rick mentioned, my name is Shaneria Ashley and I am the Community Development Manager at BB&T Now Truist. I will start by saying this is not what I signed up for. I think I've rehearsed more for a virtual event than an in-person gala. And I almost quit when I found out I could not wear pajamas today. Nevertheless, our team is so excited to be this year's convening sponsor. At Truist, our purpose is to inspire and build better lives in communities. And as a Truist Community Development Manager, I focus on affordable housing, essential services, workforce development, and small business access to capital. I hope that this ceremony provides you with some of the brotherly love and sisterly affection we just heard about. One thing is clear. Philadelphia urgently needs an equitable development strategy to grow into the city it can and should be. We must build the pipelines and direct resources towards our neighbors and small businesses from whom economic opportunity has been stolen over many generations. And that brings us to tonight's Community Development Champion Award winners, Councilmember Cherelle Parker and former Philadelphia Director of Commerce, Harold Epps. Together, these two led the successful effort to increase corridor cleaning funding sixfold. In doing so, they spread a program that helped revitalize Center City to every neighborhood across the city. Check this out.
People will forget what you said, they will forget what you've done, but they will never ever forget how you made them feel. How are Philadelphians to feel when they walk through the neighborhood commercial corridors where they reside and it's not clean, it's dirty? There are no trees and green growth, to me, which is a strong reflection of life and vitality. Instead, they see vacant buildings. They see, businesses, on one leg trying to make it. No bright lights, very dark, and it reeks of that I'm less than. It reeks of that I'm not worthy. When, in my instance, where I grew up in West Oak Lane, Cheltenham Avenue was a block from my house, and on one side of the street you're in Philadelphia, and when you cross the street you're in Montgomery County. I was always cognizant of the greenery that was in the county. I loved the trees, I loved the flowers, I loved the fact that the area was well lit, and to me that is always in the core of my thinking relative to commercial corridors and why they should be bright and why they should be clean, because it's a reflection of the vitality of the community and life.
It's kind of like anybody's home. If you're going to have visitors, at least the way I grew up, you wanted to make sure that they were open and in a position to receive them properly. And it started with your house being clean. The same is true for a neighborhood or quarter. For investment to come, you need to make sure it's safe. In order for it to be safe, it needs to be clean and well lit. And so those are vital, fundamental requirements for investment and for people to then want to shop there. And again, the neighborhood quarters are vital for a city that really thrives on its whole neighborhood strategy. So without safe, clean, and well lit, money's not coming and people are not coming. And so those are fundamental, and in good times and bad times, they're the fundamental requirements for a quarter to have a chance at success. I want to thank PACDC for this recognition. It was my pleasure to serve the city for 4 years, and when I was in that role, I deemed it always a first priority to have the neighborhood quarters be at the top of my priority list. And I always had the mantra of safe, clean and well lit was a critical component to investment. It's a pleasure to be recognized for that work. And in these most difficult times as we move forward, our neighborhood quarters continue to be vital to the present and future economy of Philadelphia. So again, to PACDC, thank you very much for this recognition.
Let me just start by saying a huge thank you to the PACDCs. It's an honor to receive the Community Development Champion Award, particularly for an issue that's not a sexy issue. I mean, cleaning commercial corridors is not a sexy policy topic, but it's one that has been near and dear to my heart since I was a little girl, a community organizer in my neighborhood, and a staffer in the district that I have the opportunity to represent. I need to start by saying a special thank you to this group of people. These are the men and women who work with TCB, and this was the first day that I saw them at Broad and Olney in those green shirts, and the dignity of their work and its value to the people who were going to catch the sub or getting off the bus going home. I saw that their work sent a message to the community that they were valued because they were cleaning where they live. PACDCs, Trina Benjamin, Oxford Circle CCDA, Enon Coulter, Beth and Pam, I know you guys seem like you're a part of my team, but I can't do it without you. Commerce Department, from Harold to Sylvie to Karen, to Michelle and Celine, Nazareth, what would I do without you all? And to my team, Kiasha, Heather, Rachel, Hillary, and my entire team, thank you all for your role in helping to make the vision a reality. I want to make sure we do what James Baldwin talked about in his quote. He said, "I can't believe what you say because I see what you do." I want residents in the city of Philadelphia, in every neighborhood, to know that its government and community-based organizations value them, and not because they're looking around seeing corridors that are dirty, not bright, and don't look safe, but when they see thriving corridors with green trees, bright lights, and people actually doing the work to keep them clean, we send a signal to them that we value them. I'm Philly born, Philly bred. I'll be a Philadelphian till I'm dead, and neighborhood commercial corridors will always be in my heart and spirit. Thank you again for this honor.
Congratulations, Councilmember Parker and former Director Epps. Corridor cleaning staff have been on the job throughout the pandemic, and they also did their part to clean up after this month's uprisings. Thanks to our community development champions, we'll have even more Philadelphians working to keep their neighborhoods clean while earning a family-sustaining wage beginning this summer. It's no surprise that additional money for clean corridors is popular among this audience. Congratulations, Councilmember Parker and Harold Epps from Nicetown CDC. Thank you so much for all that you have done and continue to do. Jacquees Sims, congratulations, Councilmember Parker and Mr. Epps, two individuals who deserve their accolades. Thank you for all the sharing, and please keep the comments going throughout the program. I also want to acknowledge the following elected city officials who are with us tonight. Philadelphia City Council President Darrell Clark, City Council members Maria Kinoskis-Sanchez, Derek Green, Alan Dom, Kelvin Jeremiah, President and CEO of the Philadelphia Housing Authority, Liz Hirsch, Director of the Homeless Services, Sylvie Gallier Howard, Director of the Philadelphia Department of Commerce, Ann Nivens, President of PACDC, the Philadelphia Industrial Development Corporation, Robin Wiseman, PHFA, the new Executive Director and CEO of the Pennsylvania Housing Finance Agency, Eleanor Sharp, Executive Director of the Philadelphia City Planning Commission. You know, that quote from Councilmember Parker stuck with me. People really will not forget how you made them feel. I'm going to pass the mic now to Pam Bridgeforth, PACDC's Director of Programs, for her to share a little about a few people PACDC will never forget because each made their communities, and by extension us, feel good about where we live.
Thanks, Janeria. Good evening. Stories inspire us to action. Stories bring people together. Stories document what has happened and prepares us for the possibility of what could be. Community developers at their core are storytellers and story keepers, keeping the stories of neighborhoods, both the good stories and the bad, and hoping to build new stories for a better future. Kyle Shenandoah, Elmira Miss Myra Smith, Rix Torres Colon, Andy Trackman, and Jeff Allegretti were community developers who we lost in 2019 and early 2020. What we learned from them about how they told the stories of their communities is still resounding in our hearts today. And we're honored to be able to share a little bit of that with you in our newest publication, ACDC Magazine. In the edition this year, we are highlighting amazing stories of incredible neighborhoods across the city and people who are deeply connected to those neighborhoods as community developers, revitalizers, activists, and general troublemakers for the good. Please keep a lookout in your mailbox for the newest edition to arrive. And we hope that you continue to tell your neighborhood stories because the world is waiting to hear. Thank you.
Thank you, Pam. We hope those of you who knew Kyle, Felix, Miss Myra, Andy, and Jeff will continue to tell their stories. And a huge thank you to the artists who shared their stories with us and to the review committee who selected these feature pieces. We'll be sending the digital version of PACDC's magazine immediately following tonight's event, so keep an eye out for that. We will also share the link in the chat box for our new friends who aren't on the PACDC email list yet. The magazine includes articles about tonight's honorees, so if you're eager to learn more about them, we have just what you need. Speaking of our award winners, I'm really looking forward to this next one. If you're wondering how you'll make it through 2020, both personally and professionally, you are not alone. I am so grateful for the opportunity to introduce you to Miss Betty Turner of Germantown and Miss Marion Johnson of Logan. These two powerhouses have been in this fight for decades, and I hope that hearing from them will encourage you and me to keep going.
What motivated me to get involved in my community is service and love of people. I will sacrifice and I get the job done. Leadership and community building, that's what I do.
I've been the block captain on that block where I lived at for years, many years. And it was very rewarding to me too, because you know what? I love those people and those people loved me. They took me on like a daughter. And that's the way I felt about them. I treated them the same way I would treat myself, my mom.
What I am most proud of in terms of what I've accomplished in the community is building relationships and connecting community, business, government, and institutions. My dream for what is possible for Germantown is that it is an equitable, just, and fair community for all people. In order to get there, all we have to do is increase our awareness, our understanding, our perspective on differences, and our love of people.
I made noise. I said, listen, I stood to my feet. You might as well face it. The squeaky wheel get the oil. So I explained. I'm not saying be rowdy, but you got to make your voices loud and clear. because we have really applied our energy to zoning matters, we don't have a lot of stuff that we would have in that block. So I did the whole 9th council managed district for the councilwoman. That included Mount Airy or her whole district. And I was happy to do it, and I'm proud. You know what? The one thing I will never forget, if I never do another zoning application, or if I never get another compliment, I still feel good about myself, and I still feel good for those people that I represented before the councilwoman.
Thank you for this award. First of all, I want to thank God. I want to thank my family. I want to thank PACDC. And I want to thank all my neighbors and all the people that have been, that I have worked with over the years and who have made this possible. Thank you very much.
But I do want to say thank you to my family, because you know what? I couldn't have possibly done what I did do as far as being involved in the community and being involved hands-on with that recreation center and things that I was involved in the community. But I got a good family. I'm blessed. I don't want for no attention. They're good to me, and I'm good to them because I love them, and I'm glad God gave them to me.
I mean, how do I follow that? I'm not even gonna try. Instead, I like to share a few remarks from two people who know Miss Betty and Miss Marion best. This is Charlene Samuels. Congratulations, Miss Marion, on winning this year's Community Leader Award. The Logan community can always count on you to fight for us. Thanks to your relentless advocacy, Barrett Playground will get a brand new building through rebuild. We're so grateful for all of your hard work to make this happen. Thank you. Charlene is the Director of Constituent Service for Councilmember Helen Gim. Here are some kind words for Miss Betty from PACDC Board Member and Executive Director of the Women's Community Revitalization Project, Nora Lichtash. It's clear that Betty Turner deserves to be honored. Her leadership has been important to so many causes and campaigns over the year. One of those was a NIMBY battle WCRP had to fight in Germantown in order to build the Nicole Hines townhomes. As with most NIMBY opposition, this one was about bigotry. And I want to thank Miss Betty for standing up and ensuring that truly affordable homes for low-income women and their families will go forward. Thank you, Miss Betty, and thank you, Miss Marion, for your outstanding service and record of accomplishment. Our responsibilities as funders is not only to listen to resident leaders, but to also use our resources to build their power to create equitable communities. And we also need to pass the mic to the next generation of leaders who are turning the community development field on its head. PACDC's Rising Star Award recognizes young professionals under 40 who work at member organizations. It's my pleasure to present this year's Rising Stars, Jessica Colazzo of LISC Philadelphia, Rodney Mobley of New Kensington CDC, and Stasia Montero of ASE.
What drew me to community development was the opportunity to work alongside people, to build understanding with one another, and to help to bring to fruition the visions of folks in places where we live.
I saw that one of the biggest hurdles to our neighborhoods improving was just being able to know and get dollars. Building that awareness around systems levels change has been a transformative part of my life.
After an arrest of a nonviolent crime, where I was considered one of those troubled youth back then, and we got into a lot of stuff, but I had some housing insecurities at home, so I live with my mom, but I never liked the fact of seeing her struggle. I didn't agree with, how things were, and just the fact that I was young and money, and no other way that I could support her in the best way I knew how was to do things that I shouldn't have been doing. And so, like I said, that led to my arrest. But I was given another blessing in disguise to get my record expunged, which was an amazing opportunity. I knew that there was more to me than just this. And so I just started to put myself into different programs and projects and things that was going on in the neighborhood just to pass time, just to try to stay on a positive path.
I would hope that we could find ourselves in a place where we're living more collectively and cooperatively, where people are not, reluctant to help each other out of fear of what they lose by doing so, where people are, able to hold space for each other and for ourselves to speak our truths without fear.
So my radical vision for community is one that has a stable infrastructure, that has economic opportunity and mobility, and one where residents can truly live in peace. And if we really want to get serious about them, then we have to reallocate funding to address those problems. That's housing, mental health services, education, healthcare, everything that makes a human being that allows them to survive and thrive. We haven't typically been able to solve any of the problems, and if we want to, it's going to take a radical change in the way we spend our money.
My most radical dream for what's possible for our communities is to eliminate policing. And I'm not saying it because of the things that's going on today. I'm saying it because I've experienced it and I've lived through it, and I live through it every single day. They say without policing, it'll unleash chaos. But Native Americans, folks that have lived here before us, and folks didn't have that typical policing. We did it as a village, and I think people are well enough and well equipped if we can get over the hump of poverty, and folks are well equipped to take care of themselves, to take care of their families, and take care of their communities.
I really want to thank literally everybody who helped me to get here. I want to, of course, thank ASE for all the space they've offered me to grow in my role and to bring my experiences to bear as a former educator and as a human who lives on this earth. I want to thank Team Nas for inspiring me and for continuing to grow and stay in conversation and do the work with me over the past several years. I of course want to thank my family, my friends, and my beloved mentors who have all helped me to better understand myself, to understand others, and to bring a continually building sense of understanding to how I move through the world. Thank you to everybody who made this opportunity possible.
I also want to say thank you to my own company, Local Initiative Support Corporation. LISC has really done, I think, a good number on me. They've given me a lot of opportunity, and I've really had the chance to work with really great colleagues that have only made me sharper. And I also want to say thank you to the communities of Philadelphia for embracing me. I'm not a native Philadelphian, but in the 5 years that I've been here, it has felt like home. So thank you to the residents of the communities that we serve for being authentic and for saving space for strangers who really want to make a difference for you.
I want to thank you all for the wonderful wishes and appreciations and the nominations for this Rising Star Award, and I gratefully, gladly accept the Rising Star Award. Thank you so much, everyone, and I hope you all are enjoying your quarantine. Bye.
Do you see what I mean by turning the field on its head? Congratulations, Rodney, Jessica, and Stasia. We'll be sharing more of their thoughts on how they hope the sector will change and what we can do to support emerging leaders in upcoming videos. Stay tuned. You know, when I think about my own path, from being a bank teller 15 years ago at Heritage BB&T to my position now, having the support of amazing mentors really led me to where I am today. So don't get me wrong, emerging leaders definitely need strong mentors, but they also need for people in positions of power to step aside and allow them to truly lead. Young leaders, some of whom haven't even graduated high school, are rising to the occasion in this historic moment. And I, for one, think they're going to create a world where their children and their grandchildren grow up truly free. Let's see what you all have to say. Trish says, congratulations, Jessica, Rodney, and Stasia. Rising stars will get us there. Everyone at PEC says congratulations. Rodney, way to go. Ty Wynn says, so proud of all the rising stars this year. Feels great to pass the torch to such a great group of emerging game changers. Lowell Brown at New Kensington CDC says, Rodney is the best of colleagues, dedicated, compassionate, innovative, whip smart, and not gonna let coworkers put trash in the recycling bin. Well, folks, we're about halfway through tonight's program, and this next award is a special one. Please give a virtual round of applause for Ariell Johnson, owner of Amalgam Comics and Coffee House, and Zarzo Lien, owner of Hope Myanmar. These two equitable entrepreneurs are raising the bar for what it means to be a small business owner in our own neighborhoods.
Community, I think, is really important, and I think the comic and the geek community is a very strong one. So for me to create a space where we could all come together and just hang out and geek out, I thought would just be a very, very beautiful thing, and that was really what I wanted to accomplish with opening Amalgam. I wanted to build community. Before I met Storm, when I would watch supernatural things and action movies and things like that, I always felt like I was watching other people's adventures, but when I met Storm, I felt like I could be a part of the adventure. And that's why I think representation is so important. We may not have anything in common, we might look different, we believe different things, we have different interests, but we can all meet at our humanity. And I think once we really start seeing each other as people, as fellow human beings on this earth, as a part of this larger community, I think that will be the key to us affecting real change and building something beautiful. I would like to thank the PACDC for awarding me the Equitable Entrepreneur Award. This award is presented to entrepreneurs that display outstanding leadership and advances equity and economic opportunity through their business model. And I am honored that those are qualities that you all see in me. Thank you to the New Kensington CDC for nominating me for the award. My relationship with the New Kensington CDC started back in 2013 when I was still unsure what neighborhood would ultimately be Amalgam's home. I'm so happy that I chose Kensington and that Amalgam and New Kensington CDC has been able to build a relationship over the past 7 years. You all provide such a great service to new and existing businesses in the corridor, and I thank you from the bottom of my heart for all that you have done for Amalgam. You have truly made us feel welcomed and supported. I look forward to what the future holds for Amalgam, New Kensington CDC, the Kensington neighborhood, and of course the PACDC. Thank you so much for this award. It is greatly appreciated.
So, I have a fun fact to share. In 2016, Ariell received her own Marvel comic book cover, and it's no wonder. She's inspiring her customers to use their own powers combined to change the world just a little bit. Amalgam is the only Black women-owned comic book store in the country, and that's great, but it's also unacceptable in 2020. Our sector needs to support equitable ownership of businesses, property, and capital by people of color, so that entrepreneurs like Ariell are no longer an exception, but the rule. To support Amalgam, you can visit amalgamphilly.com/shop to order books or purchase online gift certificates. I also want to read a note from New Kensington CDC. NKCDC is honored to work with an extraordinary, equitable entrepreneur like Ariell Johnson. Amalgam Comics and Coffee House is a welcoming neighborhood space that transcends an interest in comics. And Ariell is an example for us all in promoting equity and inclusion, not just as a value, but as the foundation of her business. As one of our go-to spots for meetings and coffee, NKCDC can honestly say that we owe much of our energy and creativity to the space created by Ariell. Congratulations again, Ariell. And now, I'd like for you all to meet Zarzo Lien. Zarzo is one of CMAC's Sophie food truck entrepreneurs, and she also manages Hishu sushi counters at 3 local Giant locations. Let's hear a little more about Zarzo's journey directly from her.
CMAC bought the food truck, and then they have a contest, and I bring my sushi 2 items, and then Myanmar green bean. They select me, they like my food, so I was so happy. I came to United States. I don't speak English, and then I don't have education. I just finished high school in my country, so very hard to get the job. So one of my aunt, a friend, my aunt told me that you can learn, maybe you can learn sushi how to make. Women from a community, who cannot go to work because of the language, because of the childcare, because of education, but they get the job from my business. Me, I understand because I am in their position before. I have I have problem with childcare. I have problem with financials. I can help them, so I'm so happy that this is like my journey. Help more people. That is my biggest mission, and that's my big dream. I wanna say everyone who nominate me, thank you so much. I feel like this is my dream come true because this is not because of I'm doing, I want to win the prize. I'm doing with all my heart, to help people. I saw the result. If we plant a good seed, it's come back to us. If I wanna eat apple, I have to plant apple. So I will reap apple. That's give me a lot of encouragement. That's give me a lot of energy and then strength, and then that's give me more special to me. Thank you so much for this opportunity, and I will do my best to help myself and community for the better future.
Thanks is not enough, but thank you, Zarzo. Thank you for sharing your story, and thank you for going above and beyond to help new Americans. Here are a few kind words from CMAC. We at CMAC are so proud of you, Zarzo, as we watch you grow over the years. We see the hard work you put in, the never say no attitude as you build your small business dream, which is not just for you, but for your whole community. You are a role model of servant leadership as you help clients at CMAC. You build a job pipeline, share your delicious culture, and raise a beautiful family. We think there might be a picture of you in the dictionary under Superwomen. We look forward to sharing in whatever is next on your amazing journey. You can catch Zarzo making guest appearances on CMAC's Sophie food truck, coming safely to a public space near you this summer. For schedule and location information, follow at Sophie Food Truck on Instagram. You can also taste her sushi specialties daily at any one of the giant heirloom markets in Philly. Zarzo and Ariell, we are rooting so hard for your continued success and for the communities you serve who will follow in your footsteps. And now it's time to say goodbye to a man who blazed the trail for affordable homes across Pennsylvania for the past 45 years, Mr. Brian Hudson. We are so thrilled to award Brian, former Executive Director of the Pennsylvania Housing Finance Agency, with this year's Lifetime Achievement Award. His work leaves a legacy our sector cannot repay. Thank you, Brian.
Hello, I'm Brian Hudson, and I want to say I trust that you and your families are doing well as you navigate these unusually trying times that we find ourselves in. I'd like to thank the PACDC, certainly Executive Director Rick Sauer, the board, and the staff for honoring me for the Lifetime Achievement Awards. And congratulations to all of the honorees. I've been blessed over the years of my career with PHFA for 45 years with a very supportive board, two of Philadelphia's finest, as a matter of fact, Mark Swartz and John Payon. Thank you for your support. Allowing me to be creative to allow Pennsylvania Housing Finance Agency to provide affordable housing and support to those in need. Many of you in the audience and that have relationships with PHFA have been our partners for many, many years. And I thank you for that ongoing support. As always, I will continue to advocate for resources to come to Pennsylvania so that we can continue our mission. Although I'm retiring from PHFA, I'm sure our paths will continue to cross as we look to serve those in need. 45 years I know is a long time, and many of you have been partners with us, and you'll see me in other venues, for instance, particularly as we navigate these unusual times that we're dealing with. Congratulations to all the honorees, and thanks again to the PACDC, the support that you've given me, the staff, my board, and the fantastic staff that I have been blessed with at PHFA. Thanks to everyone, and continue our mission. Thank you very much.
And now it's time for the Blue Ribbon Award. Just kidding. You didn't think we could let Brian ride off into the sunset without hearing from a few people who know him best, did you? Kelvin Jeremiah, take it away.
Brian has a servant's heart. He understands all too well, in my view, that the work we do is a privilege because we're called upon to serve others. And so it's never, ever about us as individuals in positions of authority.
I don't think there's anybody in the history of Pennsylvania that has done as much for affordable housing than Brian has. I love the way he pushed us. I loved his fairness. Even when he had to deliver bad news, he would do it in such a way that it seemed like good news.
His approach to solving problems is really remarkable. He has a can-do-it attitude, and at the same time, he does it so nicely and so affably. He's very, very comfortable and professional.
Brian never hesitates to meet with anybody that requires assistance. When we were looking for alternative funding sources, the FAIR Fund was created through PHFA.
The equitable development strategy that you brought to the city of Philadelphia has allowed our neighborhoods to grow and prosper.
Brian is relentless, and he uses his amazing skill base, his amazing intellect to keep trying to figure out ways to get stuff done. We will remember Brian for being committed beyond the call of duty.
For running a really first-rate agency, one that is a leader in the country.
He was an example that African Americans could reach the top of the professional ranks in housing and urban development. And so I think his example was probably the most significant thing for me, I would say.
Thank you, Brian Hudson, for being the catalyst to the Nicetown CDC, getting the opportunity to provide affordable housing in Nicetown and surrounding communities.
Thank you, Brian, for all of the tax credits that PHA received during your tenure. Because of you, we were able to create sustainable communities and change the face of housing in Philadelphia.
Thank you, Brian, for being an example of what we can become.
Best wishes, Brian. I only hope that in your next step in life's journey, that all the good and amazing work that you have done here in Pennsylvania returns to you 100-fold.
Farewell, Brian. Well, you ain't going nowhere. I'm not letting you go anywhere.
Brian, good luck. Awesome, my friend. Thank you so much.
This is just a segue to his next adventure. But I will not say goodbye to Brian because I am looking forward to his advice, his counsel, his perspective, and helping me embrace the tools that will be helpful for all of us going forward in community development.
What an incredible farewell to an incredible leader. Thank you, Brian, for creating opportunities for Pennsylvanians to live and thrive in safe, healthy, affordable homes. This cause is deeply personal to me. I am the proud mom of twin girls who are now 20, and I was able to find my own affordable home for my family when we needed it. I remember the day we moved into our first home. The girls were screaming in the shower, and they even slept in the same bed, even though they had separate rooms. I received housing counseling from the Housing Authority in Montgomery County, Maryland, where I'm from, and I purchased my first home with the help from partners like Habitat for Humanity and a first-time home buyer mortgage program from BB&T, now Truist. Our home provided a base for me and my girls to grow into the best versions of ourselves. So although I don't know Brian personally, I'm deeply grateful for his 45 years of service. Before going into our final award for the evening, I want to take another moment to thank our sponsors. They not only generously sponsor PACDC signature events throughout the year, you'll find them making a difference across our city. They are creating affordable homes, funding equitable neighborhood revitalization, and providing other services that help our sector flourish. Many also have strong ties to the projects and programs up for this year's Blue Ribbon Award for Community Development Excellence. I'll read them now, but remember, you can learn more in PACDC's magazine. New Kensington CDC and Impact Services Corporation Collab uses an Airstream mobile camper to deliver traditional mobile health unit services and information on job readiness, nutrition, and housing services. Philadelphia Chinatown Development Corporation's Crane Community Center is part of a flagship mixed-use residential, commercial, and cultural development that houses the first multi-use recreational facility in Chinatown. Esperanza's Art Center is a state-of-the-art public venue designed to fill a void in the regional art scene by becoming the hub for Latino arts and culture. And finally, New Kensington's CDC's Kensington Health Connectors program. They trained Kensington residents to conduct health screenings and match neighbors to healthy care, healthy food, financial counseling, and much more. And the first winner is...
Good afternoon. My name is John Chin, the Executive Director of the Philadelphia Chinatown Development Corporation. I want to thank you on behalf of PACDC and personally thank you, PACDC and the Blue Ribbon Award Committee for selecting Crane Chinatown Community Center as the project of the year. This project has been very much needed in our community, which has not had a publicly owned or run recreation center in Chinatown. So we went out and built this on our own. Thanks to the team that we put together of J&A Capital, Citizens Bank, Park Bank, and our legal team of Regional Housing Legal Services and tax credits by the Pennsylvania Housing Finance Agency, we were able to get this building built in 2019. You know, it's any neighborhood has challenges, and Chinatown does as well. Every day we're fighting injustices, and for Chinatown, they include lack of resources for our immigrant community, but also urban development that has been forced upon our community. Fortunately for many of them, we're able to fight against these urban developments like casinos, stadiums, and federal prisons. But at the end of the day, we're really, really excited to have this project here for Chinatown. It means a lot for the kids, and the final message is that if PCDC can make it, so can you.
Congratulations to the awesome team who fought to build Crane Community Center. And now I'm pleased to introduce the second Blue Ribbon Award winner this evening. Help me give a loud round of applause for Esperanza's Art Center.
Hello, everyone. My name is Bill Rhodes, and I'm Senior Vice President for Esperanza Art Center. We are deeply moved to be among the esteemed finalists for this year's Blue Ribbon Award. I'm humbled to be part of such an incredible institution here at Esperanza. I am surrounded by colleagues who work every day with an unwavering commitment to bettering the lives of the people in our community here in Hunting Park. Since our opening 18 months ago, we have presented more than 40 events and performances to over 5,000 attendees at Teatro Esperanza. We have engaged and empowered our residents to steer the course of the Art Center's programs through regular community discussions and have provided opportunities for growth and inspiration among our youth through paid mentorship programs, artist residencies, and other activities through neighborhood schools and other community centers. Our artists and our programs reflect the community we serve, spotlighting the very best in Latino arts and culture, as well as other traditions from around the world, instilling a sense of pride, place, and identity among our residents, and cultivating understanding and empathy for our neighbors, whether that neighbor be someone who lives across the street from us or someone who lives halfway across the world. So on behalf of my team here at Esperanza Art Center and all of my colleagues here, I want to offer our gratitude to PACDC for this important recognition of our work serving the community through the arts. Thank you so very much. Take care, everyone, and God bless.
Congratulations, PCDC and Esperanza. The Esperanza Arts Center and Crane Community Center will continue to strengthen the social and economic fabric of Hunting Park and Chinatown for years to come. Because of you, we're entering a new chapter for what's possible in our neighborhoods. And you have some friends who agree. John says, "Congrats to John and PCDC. I know that you have envisioned this for a long time. It's great to see it come to fruition." Judy Berkman says, "Yahoo, PCDC. Congrats to John Chen and the staff and board of directors on Crane Tower. Well deserved, all the best." Congratulations again. Congratulations again. I cannot wait for the community to help both of these vibrant centers reach their full potential once it's safe to gather again. Rick, do you want to share a few remarks?
Wow, what an incredible evening. Thank you, Shaneria, for being such a great MC. And congratulations again to all of our award winners. Your work inspires us all to do more and to do better with the resources entrusted to us. We really miss being able to connect with all of you in person, but we appreciate the energy and enthusiasm everyone brought from your homes. Please join me in thanking PACDC's staff, who not only did a great job in putting together tonight's event, but do a tremendous job throughout the year. We hope to see you on July 8th for an engaging conversation that will kick off PACDC's Virtual Equitable Development Conference that will take place on 4 dates over the summer. And thank you again, everyone. We'll see you soon. Shaneria, I'll let you have a final word before we conclude the official program. Thanks.
Whew, we made it. I don't know about you, but I'm feeling so hopeful about Philadelphia's future. I just moved to Philly in October, so I've been on lockdown for most of my time here. But I can honestly say I love this city, and I'm so grateful for tonight's awards winners for helping shape it into the place we know today. I look forward to continuing to work with PACDC and its members to rebuild a truly equitable city. Thank you to everyone who made this event possible. Our sponsors, award winners and finalists, PACDC Board of Directors, the 2020 Events Development Committee, Gala Awards Review Committee, PACDC staff, and I cannot go any further without giving a special shout out to Zykia Hall, Membership and Communications Coordinator at PACDC. She is responsible for everything that I shared with you today. Give her a special shout out by saying "Go Z" in the chat box. And a very, 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 very special thank you to every single one of you who tuned in tonight. Please don't forget to open your copy of PACDC Magazine, and if you subscribe to the Inquirer or the Daily News, check out our full page ad in tomorrow's papers. Now, there once was a time when we said, you ain't gotta go home, but you gotta get out of here. Well, you have to stay home, but you don't have to get out of here. We will be screening our opening pre-show again if you missed it the first time. Thank you a million times over. Good evening, everyone.